Good evening, everybody. All right. Welcome to our July 16, 2025 council meeting. Pursuant to the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been published in the Burlington County Times and Trenton Times on the 5th day of January 2025. Additionally, posted on the official bulletin board of the Township of Pemberton on the 1st day of January 2025. Those wishing to be notified of changes to scheduled meetings were notified via email or regular mail. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Dewey?
Here.
Mr. Harper?
Here.
Mr. Ward?
Here.
Mr. Bianchini?
Here.
Mr. Doyle?
Here. We're doing the budget tonight. We're going to start with item 3 on your agenda, the budget public hearing.
I don't know. Anybody have comments?
Are there any comments regarding the budget? And of course, Mr. Costa. I thought you were going to give us a break tonight.
Alex Costa, 2950 Route 70. All right, so I just want to know what are the major highlights of this year's proposed budget? How does this year's budget compare to last year's? And are there any major increases or decreases in the budget from last year to this year? Are there any new programs or initiatives that are going to be funded in this year's budget? How much funding is being allocated to each major department, Public Works, Police, Fire, Parks and Recreation? How much municipal debt does the township currently carry, and how much has that changed year over year? Are there any plans to pay down or restructure any of our outstanding debt? Is there any debt issuance anticipated in the budget cycle? And what will it be used for? Will this budget require a property tax increase? If so, by how much? And what is the driving need for it? If there is a tax increase, will the proposed increase be within the 2% state cap, or are there exemptions being used to exceed it? What other sources of revenue is the township relying on? Grants, state and federal aid? Have there been any changes in the state funding or aid that will affect this year's budget? Are there any audits or financial reports that have informed this year's budget decisions? Does the budget align with any long-term strategic planning or master plans for the township? Are there any contingency funds or emergency reserves included in the budget? And last but not least, how much is the township preparing for unexpected economic downturns or emergencies?
I will say one thing. I'll answer one of those.
Oh, sure.
I'm not smart like she is, so. But I will tell you, and I said this before when we introduced the budget, there will be no municipal tax increase. None. And now Candace worked very hard on that. Department heads worked very hard on that. And they were able to do it, so.
Do you like the cheat sheet?
So as far as highlights, I don't believe that there's anything major that's being proposed in the budget, aside from the normal operations. As Matt said, we did a 0% increase this year. So again, no major increases or decreases. All OE has gone down in each budget. Salaries and wages went up pretty much just contractually, aside from a few, and everything else is pretty much statutory. As far as how much is allocated to each major department, I can give you the draft introduced budget if you want to look through it as far as the OE and the salaries and wages. But that would probably take a while to go through each line item. Do you want to specifically know just for Public Works, Police, Fire, and Parks and Rec?
Sure. Whatever you're comfortable with. I know we got a meeting too.
Candace, isn't the entire budget available to be viewed online by the residents?
The summary was published and the introduced budget was, I believe, uploaded.
And what I'm asking is, like, basically the questions that he's asking you for each one of the departments, he can view that online, or as well as anybody else can that has a question regarding that, the amounts?
Yes.
Okay.
Will that work for you, Alex, if you look at it and view it
Yeah.
online?
So
right, at
when
a
I go
later-
on the township website, where am I clicking?
Yeah, the only reason I'm saying, Alex, is you asked a lot of good questions, and that's all fine and well, but
Right.
you can research it online. I know you're good with the computer. But, rather than put everybody through, the
Right now.
time, yeah, exactly. Put everybody go over the coals for the next hour with her going over the entire budget. Bottom line, you asked an important question. Did your municipal taxes go up? And your municipal taxes not going up, $0.
All right. Well,
Mr. Costa?
oh, sure.
If you go to the tabs at the top, go under Government, then to Township Financials, and there's a tab for introduced budgets, and the 2025 introduced budget is there.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
if you don't get the answer you're looking for, you know how to get in touch with me.
I know how to get in touch.
Unfortunately, you do.
Thank you.
Donovan, Donovan Gardner, 516 Willow. Just to follow up on Alex's question, great, there's zero taxes increase, but what is the Board of Education percentage, and what are those numbers, and what is that in real numbers for the township?
I'm sorry, sir, did you ask about the Board of Ed's budget?
Yeah, for the township, what's the increase for the township, and what is the percentage in real numbers for the residents?
Oh, I don't know that do we have the budget for the Board of Ed?
Mr. Dasty, it's, from what I understand from the school board president, it's 9%. I don't have the dollar amount, but it is a 9% increase. And I believe it's been 9% increase for 5 or 7 years straight now.
Yeah, that's great. I'm more worried about our budget, which is great, zero, but the school is always the one that always seemed to zing us in the past.
But, Mr. Donovan, as you know, council has nothing to do with the school board budget,
I know that.
so.
But you should have information what the percentage is going to be. That's what I'm asking for. What are the numbers for the residents?
I knew the percentage, I don't know the number, though, the money number.
The school has not given me a copy of their tax levy.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Donovan. Anyone else? If not, we're going to start moving on. Oh. Good evening, Ms. Phillips.
I want to know one question. If I speak now, do I have the right to come back later?
Yes. Well, we split your time. You only get 2.5 minutes now and 2.5
Okay.
minutes then. I'm only kidding.
I wanted my 5 minutes. Okay, my question in reference to the taxes, the budget. It is. I'm going to tell you the way it is. I live in a fixed income. I know how to balance my checkbook. How can this administration go write checks when I even the budget? Right now, they're coming out with the budget in the middle of the August. Come on, I talk later.
Ms. Phillips, if you remember, we approved temporary operating budgets for each quarter so far this year. That's how the township's been operating, based on those temporary budgets that we approved. I'm sure.
I would like to comment.
Only about budget.
Question is this, last time a lady came and she told us you all have to cooperate. Last meeting, I have a question with Mr. Jack. My matter is going on for 1.5 years. Is he going to still not cooperate with me?
Mr. Ellie, right now, sir, the open portion meeting of the act for, of the meeting for you guys to talk is just about the municipal budget.
Okay, thank you.
So the open questions, if you have something for the mayor or council after that, sir, we'll have a separate time to talk.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
All right, let's move on. Budget resolutions. First budget resolution 209-2025. Any questions on that, gentlemen? We have a motion?
Make a motion to approve 209-2025.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. Next resolution, 209A-2025, amending the 2025 capital budget. Questions, discussion?
Make a motion to approve 209A 2025.
Second.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
No.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. Next, 204A-2025, adopting the 2025 municipal budget. Questions, discussion? Motion?
Make a motion to approve 204A 2025.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. Next agenda item is closed session. Resolution 210, 2025, Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, whereas this public body is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist. Now therefore be resolved, the Township Council of the Township of Pemberton, County of Burlington, and State of New Jersey as follows. The public shall be excluded from discussion of and action upon the here and after specified matters. The general nature of the subject matters to be discussed
Contract negotiations.
is as follows. Contract negotiations. It is anticipated at this time that the above stated subject matters will be made public when the matters have been resolved. So we're going to go into public closed session for a bit. Hopefully it won't take too long, so please be patient with us. Thank you.
We need
Make a motion to go into closed session.
Second.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes.
How you doing? The screw, somebody tied too much screw on his brain. Somebody tied too much the screw on his brain. Trying to lose it up. Can't do it. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that meeting just started. How you doing?
I'm good, and you? Regular citizen. How are you?
You preacher?
Nope. Just a resident.
Mr. Jack Bond, his mother tied the screws to it. We're trying to lose it. His brain.
What's the question? That's all the power. All of it. The only one but that guy there, that's
I had a whoopsie.
It's on Channel 6.
Yeah.
how you feeling tonight? I've heard that before.
Yes. What did you say to the lady?
That mayor has all the power. He's supposed to have all the power. But that particular
You were here last meeting?
I'm sorry?
You were here last
Like 7.
Everybody, the mayor,
On the 7th, right? Yeah, we weren't at that one.
they're requesting people. They all requesting him for some reason. Mr. Jack and Bob, who are planning other meetings, the lady said he had to go. But this gentleman left over and visited. And what do we have to do? 1.5 years, and the property empty. He also kicked me out for his own guilt. They offered me to,
Are you the tenant? Yeah.
they offered to one.
Are you speaking about that here tonight?
I've been speaking for 1.5 years. Everybody cooperated. Besides him.
And I'm kind of, this is my first time over here trying
never listen to nobody now. On the court, last election, I'm going to the court. But if the court kick me out, I got my $400,000. What I'm gonna do? Just everybody is cooperating.
Everybody else on the council wants to sell them the building except, yeah, in the original redevelopment plan, we were supposed to get first dibs on the retail space there, but that's changed so many times that that's not happening.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. The mayor has all the power, but unfortunately, I give him all the power. But
The mayor is so corrupt. Womanizer. All the stupid thing he do. But he's still here. Yeah, 2, 3 lawsuits. One is settled for $500,000.
Yeah.
You better put this matter nicely in the newspaper.
No, I'm very much going to, I introduced him, asking questions, asked council president questions, I asked you questions, so I was going to be a back and forth with what everyone's saying.
He's not going to listen. I'm very tired. I don't He is not listening. 1.5 years. I'm the one who helped to get in this.
So we'll record it when you speak.
No sense of nobody wants to live coming in. 26,000 people living in all the development is coming for what? One big shopping center or future.
We'll capture it on there, let's leave it there, I can use it in my piece. Okay?
That guy up
I just hate for the development a lot of that stuff.
I said, I can come with you next time, because I should be able to go. And then she said that she required her getting a debit card to go to the account, and they never changed the paperwork. It still said me and Sarah and Lisa. So she was like, I don't know. Because that's been like 6 weeks. But I think what's gonna have to happen is, if you're having all the kinds of signs, you're gonna have to.
Because, you know, you don't have much time.
Still, I think the end result is God will allow. That's it, that's
I know, you know.
because of whatever it is. You got, I think for 2 years,
I'll be honest, it's really nothing. It's like a big party and they do like finance. There's some process. We're still on it right now.
we just, take that out of the tax, we gotta pay. And every time you get sued, we gotta pay a portion.
Bring all the council ever. This gentleman requested in 10 times. Listen to me. Gentleman requested in 10 times different meetings. And they got listened. Ask them.
Yeah, that's it.
He was the president of the council.
You wanna come back?
Who's cursing at
Who the hell knows who that was?
Who's cursing
I
at
don't know what that was. I think you ought to come back, man. Once you get out of there, you really, you know.
Yeah, once it comes out of your system.
Yeah, once you get out of there, man, you don't want to. You really don't. I'm still in the midst of it. I can't wait to get out.
One of the managers going to knock out I wouldn't have a full scope. No, because if you come back, it's only to the place, one or two so I'll be like
It could get nothing done.
like a shelf.
Yeah, that would be a start. Well, yeah, it would be a start. Well, how many times before you were there, about 2 next year?
Yes.
2, it would be a start.
Okay, so put your name down. Put your name down.
You do by Mike. Johnny Hart.
That name sounds familiar. That name sounds familiar.
It never rains.
It never rains. Something's wrong with your phone.
See, this
It's
matter
used to buy that EMS building.
has gone on for 1.5 years. The gentleman here sitting, he used to be the president of the council. He requested him, before the council, the Lord Democrat requested him. Now the Republicans are requesting him, as a gentleman don't listen to him.
Yeah. He's saying absolutely nothing. Because,
And then now he went to the court. He wants to kick me out, to get out from
we rent from the Brownsville shopping
100
center.
feet.
I got something.
But we got our eviction notice on March 5th. We have to be out by April 1st. And then after that, there was rumors that he wanted to put a padlock on our building. We're still there yet. Just from the township. It wasn't from the court. We just got our court eviction. So we have court on August 4th.
What's your name, sir?
No, it's on Joyce Town. Right across from the town. There's a whole redevelopment plan for that. Yes.
Previous council,
We're not trying to stay in there permanently, we just want to stay in there until we find somewhere else to go, because right now the redevelopment. Yeah,
previous council,
I think they're on a fourth, fifth, sixth amendment of that ban. The mayor said it's not for sale. But it's been an empty building for a long time. He said he has plans for it.
I want to sell it to somebody, but not me.
Yeah,
He already offered for $1.5
but all the council members are.
The previous council president is Mr. He requested him 2-3 times. He refuses everybody. He refuses everybody, even the council. Refuses all. He don't want to do it. He says he don't want to
That we buy,
comply.
they're okay with it. He's the only one that says no.
Previous council members.
So long as we put taxes on it, we're all going to buy it. We don't want it to shrink.
They were Democrat and now Republican. They all with me. Beside Mr. Jack. I don't know what to say. That's causing me a
So when you go up there,
Everyone saw the same thing, and the last time everybody was telling him to resign. And one lady got up and she said, that's not right, I live in this town. It doesn't look good. I want people to cooperate. Cooperate with each other. And she said it, and I like that, you like that too. But now today I'm going to ask him, what happened to the lady who requested you to cooperate? Everybody's cooperating with me. What about you? That's just one and talk about.
it was still on top of the car.
Mommy calling me. Some other lady called for $5.
You got lucky, it was still on top of the car.
That's forcing people to buy new.
But then, of course, you
You bought it? So he's got to buy a charger. Yeah. The lights that they put on top of the building don't work anymore after it rains.
Another lady called me that checks me the building leak.
Yeah, and then the outside, on the roof, it fell on the sidewalk, a lot of it, so, I don't know. But those lights that they put up, they don't work anymore.
Where did he go?
We miss you. We miss
Keep on saying that.
you.
You ought to listen. You ought to listen.
I'm not lying.
Too much drama.
It's not that, it's a.
Nothing is drama, nothing is drama, only him. Only him.
I think that's a very stressful position to be in.
If you have
In
support,
this, yeah.
if you have support, if you don't, and I'm speaking loosely, I said, if you have support from us. There was 5 of us up there, Everybody didn't see mine.
I'm not worried about Republican and Democrat. I'm worried about right things right. Do it right way.
What's that?
I say you will do things right way.
Exactly.
But nobody else really saw it that way.
They all right way, but this young man is wrong way. He's the only one wrong way.
I'll get you a copy of that. I have it. Mark sent me, no, handed it. He and I got together. I started reading about it. And of course, they did.
I'm fine.
It shouldn't be Republican or Democrat.
I'm not talking about it, no. You do the right thing.
Common sense.
I'm not talking about Republican, Democrat. I'm independent.
Independent.
So I always go for the better.
Yeah. It looked like, and I think if you did get it wet, I think it would take a really long.
How you doing?
I'd like to be a fly on the wall in that council.
Oh, okay.
Could be anything like medication.
Oh, okay.
Somebody coordinate that. That's what it could be.
What? He went to go get the trash bag out of your car.
I don't care why he's saying it. I really don't.
You know,
I don't know. She came in here looking different. My skin. Boy, girl.
Boy, 2 days before his birthday, so we're probably gonna have the
my
same
birthday,
personality. Same temper, same personality.
You guys gotta watch out.
August.
They're not careful.
August 28th.
They can't be pulling the shit.
Virgo, right?
Well, that's true. Everybody's got a third hand.
Hopefully you're gonna hold it into October.
His birthday. I can probably try and hold it in 2 more days to hit his birthday, but I don't think I'll make it to October.
did he make it out tonight?
Yeah.
How did he make it out?
Oh, I told him you had a job out there.
I put in a washer and dryer for somebody today, but I got more work down there. A lot more work actually,
Yeah.
when it comes down to it.
You gotta keep it up.
Oh yeah, Mark is gonna help me with stuff. Yeah, I got Mark helping me with stuff too.
Yeah, because he wants to clear out like
He wants to clear out like 50 foot by 100 yards. Like a football field long, but only 50 foot deep. Behind the guy's house that I was at today. Yeah, Mark and I.
it's a big job, right?
But the good part is we don't have to take it to a dump or anything. The township picks up. Oh yeah.
Because when you finish the job, they say, oh, this is not good, this is not good.
You should probably call the township too and see if there's a limit to how much they can pick up. Are you sure?
They had a dump truck come there today, looking for yard waste. Their township ain't no joke.
Yeah, but that's a
They
lot of
have, so in their township, they got people who pick up trash, people who pick up bulk trash, people who pick up yard waste. And then people pick up, just construction.
John, did you live in town?
They don't play around down there.
Oh, yeah. Salvage. Where, oh, Salvage Street, yeah. May not.
No, it's, Glassboro. It's like an hour down south.
Yeah, he told them to make sure where his yard lot.
Yeah, I told him before I do the yard, like he needs to have somebody come out and survey, so I know where his property lines are.
You got, you found the question?
Yeah, I got him. I put him in the truck. Well, you want a drink? I got it. I got it.
I can take
I
a
think I
card.
still have. I got it.
It's okay, he's got it. He's got a check.
Johnny, you're not a good salesman, man.
No, I'm not.
Hmm? You couldn't sell me no property.
Wouldn't mean you not try now.
Anything you try for me is not gonna work.
Huh?
Anything you try for me is not gonna work.
Well, that one next to Snyder's, that would've worked for you. You don't wanna pay the money though.
I don't want to go through the hassle. I want already made building. But someplace Chick-fil-A is gonna come, someplace something is gonna come. So I can take my offer back because I don't want to lose money. I'm not a millionaire. I got a little bit of money, I'm playing with it. And I'm gonna give it to my daughter, my grandson. My son don't need it. spend so much money.
a separate app. Zelle is just something that's connected to your bank account. So it's something from your bank account to send you money. And you can put a note on it, but then it just goes to your bank account. There's no way to go to like write back on the note.
That's so nice. You want to bring the cushion with you?
Oh, yeah. My backside doesn't take those hard seats anymore.
For me too.
So, yeah.
I had the same problem. No doctors can do it.
Not a whole lot. That's why. Yep.
And the knee is easy. I have a knee problem too, easy. They don't touch it. With my thumb. I live in pain all night.
High risk.
Everybody sleep tonight. like me.
I do. It depends on the size and how much. Now I can
Go back home and live like a king.
Where's home?
Home in England. Live like a king.
too big. Walker 36 and wanted to take a small one. Small.
All senior people, they don't have to go to the hospital. They don't have to go to the nursing. They get sick.
Lonely here.
Yeah, everything is up in the air.
So my problem is
Whole patch of road repairs. Additional repairs, route repair, filling pipe and length. For 8-inch sewer main replacement out of repair, and route repair. Just before
All right, thank you for bearing with us during that closed session. We are now going to move into public comments.
Since everybody signed in, Donovan Gardner. And before I start, I'm going to request, my speech is about 5 minutes and 35 seconds. So I've been rehearsing it and it's just, can't get it up to the 5. So first of all, hello, councils, Amy, Jerry. The first council meeting of January 2023, when Jack was first sworn in, I stated that the majority of the township voted for change without knowing what change is, and now we won't be able to keep change in our pockets. That was last year. The last council meeting of December 2023, I told everyone what Jack is and what he's about, and everyone, yes, everyone hated me for exposing who Jack really is, and now here we are. Many residents have expressed profound concern regarding the current state of our township leadership, particularly in the light of the mayor's conduct, which had led to multiple lawsuits, allegations of disrespect to our staff, and other behavior unbecoming of an elected official. The community is gaping over the sufficient challenges that the situation presents, including the arduous process of potentially removing the mayor from office. Councils, are anyone familiar with the acronym FAFO? Okay. The concept is often colloquially referred to as F around and find out. The first F rhymes with duck. Okay? In highlights of that action and inactions, that action and inactions have consequences. For example, a continued disregard for established policies or ethical guidance, that's the F around part, will eventually lead to negative repercussions and challenges. That's the find out. Basically, if you keep teasing the dog, that's the F around. When the dog bites you, that's the find out. This principle is critically relevant to the responsibility of elected officials and committee leaders. It is imperative to examine how the actions and inactions of our current council members have contributed to the present circumstances. Councilman Dewey, this is your F around part. Up in his reelection, Councilman Dewey frequently lauded Jack's ability while simultaneously disparaging the former mayor, whose 16-year tenure did not subject the township to any current level of disrespect. However, as information about Jack started to become public, including the first lawsuit, you were very angry and vocal against Jack. Councilman Dewey's public stance shifted dramatically. Despite prior strong condemnation, he subsequently adopted a notable silence approach regarding Jack's alleged misconduct, especially during the election cycle. This silence was particularly evident in council meeting, even when residents raised legitimate concerns or questions. This is your find out portion, Mr. Dewey. Councilman Dewey, appearance priority of the personal electoral objectives over the welfare of the township has raised questions about his commitment to addressing the mayor's scandalous behavior. His reluctance to speak out during critical moments arguably enabled the situation to problematically continue. The current challenge of removing the mayor from office has underscored the profound impact of the silence of this township. Genuine leadership would have demonstrated consistent dedication to the township well-being and actively support efforts to address the mayor's conduct, rather than allowing political consideration to dictate public discourse. Mr. Ward, your F around. Councilman Ward's situation mirrors that of Councilman Dewey, with additional specific concerns. While he frequently emphasized his commitment to research, my question arises regarding the depth of his investigation into the mayor's character and his past conduct before forming a political alliance during their campaign. Furthermore, his alleged inactions concerns the mayor's alienation of the staff, particularly female employees, is troubling. A courageous plea for help from a staff member, Mrs. Adams, who's here tonight, reportedly went unheeded due to what appears to be the priority of party loyalty over the broader interests of the township. This suggests a potentially self-serving agenda. A specific instance highlighted my concern was a conversation in 2023 between myself and Mr. Ward regarding the mayor's escalation and behavior, where Councilman Ward stated to me that he's reluctant to act against the mayor due to his concern about being voted out of office by the Republican Party. This suggests a priority of political self-preservation over the immediate need of the community. When it was brought up in a council meeting to reduce the mayor's salary to $1 per year, his vote against the resolution further reinforces participation of prioritizing personal over party interests and the township benefit. The consequences, repercussions for Mr. Councilman Ward are similar to those of Councilman Dewey, as his actions and inactions have contributed to the current situation and difficulty addresses the mayor's conduct and restoring integrity to our township leadership. Councilman Bianchini, Doyle, and Harper. This is your F around. During the election cycle, Councilman Bianchini, Doyle, Harper notably refrained from making statements or comments against the mayor or offering public support to female township staff despite escalated allegations. Their primary focus appeared to be on issues such as cannabis, new housing developments, and warehouses. They would not even acknowledge the potential revenues these revenues would bring to our township. While these are important economic consideration, their perceived lack of attention, am I allowed to continue? Okay. Their perceived lack of attention to the allegation of misconduct against the mayor, particularly those affecting staff, is concerning. Councilman Doyle, as a former police officer, you should be more expected to demonstrate heightened concern regarding such allegations, yet your perceived inaction on these matters is particularly troubling. Councilman Bianchini, as a former military officer, is that how you would treat and protect your troops? Councilman Harper, I'm unfamiliar with your background, so you got to pass. The consequences for Councilman Bianchini, Doyle, and Harper are consistent with those experienced by Councilman Dewey and Ward, as their collective silence and perceived inaction have contributed to the township current predicament in addressing the mayor's concern and behavior. The roles of the residents in this township is also lead to some of this inaction. It is important to acknowledge that some residents also played a part in the situation. Republican resident did not address any concerns during any council meeting or public comments. We had school board members, scout leaders, clergy, and others who remained silent on the mayor's conduct and then the associated allegation. Of one particular note, Mrs. Valerie Rohr, and I can call her name because she was here at the public podium, whose public statement exhibited a significant shift after expressing profound distress during one public comment session regarding mayor's action and words towards her. She was almost in tears. She subsequently offered a seemingly contradictory comments at the next council meeting showing support for Jack. I'm paraphrasing her what she said that night, stating that the mayor is a okay guy and he's doing an okay job. This apparent change in stance further complicate efforts to hold the mayor accountable. Conclusion and path forward. The current challenges facing our township including the stain on our community's reputation could have potentially been mitigated had there been stronger support to Paul Dietrich, Donovan Gardner, Elizabeth McCarthy, and the recall efforts by Vicki Adams from our current councilmen and residents. Had these efforts received genuine backing from the current council members and a broader segment of the resident population, the outcome might have been different, potentially leading to a change in mayoral leadership through established democratic process. If the former council member did receive any real support, the end result we would have had a Democrat as a mayor with the If the former council members did receive any real support, the end result we would have a Democrat as a mayor with the mentality of the current council who is demonstrated as self before Lee Township. That possibility was not going to happen. And basically I said it because when a mayor under this form of government is recalled, the position as mayor goes to the BA or the current council president, who at the time was Paul Dietrich. Moving forward, it is crucial for all elected officials and residents to prioritize the collective well-being of Pemberton Township. This includes fostering an environment of transparency, accountability, and a willingness to confront difficult issues head-on, regardless of political implications. The community deserves leadership that is unequivocally committed to ethical governance and the welfare of the citizen and staff. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Donovan.
Can I say one more thing? I'm sorry. And this is for the mayor. When all this was going on from last year, from the 23rd, I spoke to my sons about it last year, and they were in shock. They said to me, Dad, when we used to, in high school, when we used to drop his daughter at home, he used to call us the N-word and curse us out and everything like that. And I said to them, so why are you telling me this now, right? They looked at me and said, Dad, really? That dad really is meant is, if they had told me back then, one of us would not be here and the other would have been in jail.
Can I say something there, Mr. President? Thank you, Mr. Gardner, for all your information there. I think, I'm just speaking for myself, but I know at the time of Vicki's recall, and I know, yes, we didn't get involved as we should because we were running for office, and I'm not sure that any of the Democrats did either, but I don't think this is a Democrat or Republican issue. I think it's a town issue. Everybody has their reasons for not getting involved in that. And since then, I think we've made our, point quite clear what we thought of the mayor's actions, and we've been trying to act responsibly in getting rid of him or trying to work for the best interest of the town. I mean, he's, as far as I know, I'm on the Republican club, and Jack is not in the Republican club anymore, but it's, like I said, it's not a Republican or Democrat thing, it's a good for the town thing. Yeah, there was a lot of mistakes made, on both sides. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
That effort was made in 2023, 2024 about all parties. Somebody else has been over here right now. And it doesn't matter who it was, Republican or Democrat, somebody better than Jack Tompkins. I'm sorry.
Hi, my name is Marty Grafwenger, and I am the proud elected president of the BMIA, the Browns Mills Improvement Association. We were incorporated in 1919, which makes us the oldest community organization in town. Ladies and gentlemen, members of Town Council, Amy and Mayor, I want to thank you all for who was able to participate in our impromptu water carnival event. Due to the ridiculous and unjust cancellation of our real water carnival, your involvement truly made the day special. I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt appreciation to everyone who joined us in the lake. A special shout out to Stephanie Seaforth for the fantastic idea of the Not a Water Carnival gathering on Facebook, and to the very fun Dawn and Dan Hullings. And of course, let's not forget our town treasurer, Carl Johnson, and his awesome 2-story party boat and those memorable skeletons. I'd also like to give a big thank you to Stephanie's grandkids for their amazing Aloha float. If I had a trophy with me that day, they would have won the day. I had such a great time talking with many of you about the future of our town, and your ideas and enthusiasm were inspiring. It's events like this that not only showcase the beauty of Browns Mills, but also strengthen our bonds as a community. Your support and involvement truly make a difference. As we continue the spirit of community engagement, I'm excited to announce that Fun Friday nights are returning. Mark your calendars for September 5th at 7 p.m. and join us for open mic night. It's a fantastic way to showcase your talent or just enjoy a fun evening with friends and neighbors. I'd also like to take this opportunity to draw your attention to our upcoming blood drive on September 28th. During the summertime, blood donations typically drop, and we really need our community to step forward and help. You can find more information at redcross.org. Just search for 08015, locate our blood drive to register, and we will be serving some breakfast food to all who donate. Additionally, please remember that the blood drive coincides with our BMI elections, and I'll be sharing some more details about that during the August Town Council meeting, so stay tuned. This Saturday at 11, I'm just going to switch gears over to Pemberton Historic Trust. So we do have an event over there. I'm on that. I'm a member there. And we have a very special speaker by the name of Mr. Paulie Wenger. And he will be discussing The Fiddler in the Pines. And that is a fella named Sam Giberson, who is one of our town residents from long ago. And apparently, I haven't heard the whole story yet, but apparently Sam Giberson battled the devil in a fiddling contest. So whatever you heard about the song, I think Sam Giberson might have done it first. So that's this Saturday, 11 o'clock, Historic Trust, 3 Fort Dix Road in Pemberton. And they do have a Facebook page if you like information. Now, as we look forward to more recreation opportunities without going through the township, it requires many volunteers. The BMIA was the recreation department before there was an official recreation department. We are having a planning meeting on August 24th at our building. It's a Sunday. It's 40 Arbutus Street, and it's at 2 p.m. There will be refreshments, and we will have numerous committees to sign up for, including events, town projects, dinners, and advocacy. We could really use the help, so come get involved, and together we can assure that next summer we host a memorable event that won't get canceled again. So let's keep this momentum going as we work together for a brighter future for Browns Mills. Thank you once again for your participation, and I look forward to seeing you all at our upcoming events. Thanks.
Thanks, Marty. And Marty, thank you and everybody that supported you on the not a water carnival, full water carnival.
Yes,
That
it was a
looked like
lot
a
of
great
fun.
event.
Yeah, I just told everybody, like Stephanie came up with the idea, and I just amplified it online, and I said, everybody, let's show everybody what this town supports.
Yeah.
Everyone get in the water at 5 o'clock, and people did.
But how many people you say were like
I would
participated?
say well over 100 people in the water. Now, not too many people on the shore because there wasn't anything to do on
Yeah,
the shore.
yeah.
But we had 4 or 5 party boats, tons of canoes. We had people in pool toys, just like floating around, hooked to each other. And I was leaning out of the party boat and talking to everybody. So everyone just showed a lot of support. It was a really good community event, and it was very impromptu, and it was on social media. So if you're not on social media and you didn't know about it, I really apologize. But next year, we're going to do better.
Thanks, Marty.
Thanks.
Mr. President, if I could, real quick, on top of what Marty just said, she brought up the Recreation Department. I had a question for our Recreation Director. Mr. Mayor, my phone's been hit 5 or 6 times from Browns Mills residents about the movie day at the beach. Is it going to be going on this summer?
I think we've already done it once, and I'm not the recreation director. I'm the mayor. But we've done it once. I haven't heard any plans to cancel it or postpone it.
Okay, I'm sorry, I thought you were in charge of recreation while we don't have a head. That's why I directed it to you, sir. Thank you.
We have somebody working out a title right now in that position.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good evening, council. I've come back again to haunt you up here again. I just wanted to speak on the agenda real quick. Yes to 2/11/2025. 2/21/2025, yes. 2/13, I had a question about this one.
You mean
Not
2/12?
2/21, excuse me, oh my God. It's only in the middle of the week. 2/12/2025. Excuse me, 2/13, oh my God. I'm not on the money today. My question for that is, didn't we give ARH permission back in February or March or somewhere around that time to go ahead with this project, along with about $200,000 to start the project? Because this is the streamlined bank stabilization project, right? I thought we already gave them all the approvals we needed. Yeah. 2/14, the Deputy Municipal Court Administrator, what's the name of the clerk? 2/15, establishes Pemberton Township Urban Enterprise Zone Transformation Opportunity Grant Loan Project. Is this for local businesses or is it for residents? Ordinance number 14. I only have a question about this one. Oh, I know, but I don't feel like coming up again for a third time. How come it's the same exact thing as ordinance number 18? Are either ordinances not covering the same thing? For new purchases, I said yes to pretty much everything. I also want to know if we're able to reduce the $3,000 allotted spending that the mayor is able to do down to like $500, because we need to start eliminating the waste and the abuse of our taxpayer money. All right? It's a little ridiculous that we can spend $3,000 on a wall and gates and brackets and, for one person. It's really ridiculous. Whoever thought of that? They need to go to the psychiatric ward. For annual renewals, I wanted to know, is that the motel that you guys tabled back in, was it February for the license renewal? It was? Okay, did they get everything fixed? Okay, good. And how much is the bill list? I like to ask that because it's not on the township website yet. And I want to know if there's any resolution, any update on the resolution 205/2025 where the council quote, and this is exactly from the township website, so I can't get it wrong. Demands Mayor Jack Tompkins reimburse the township and its taxpayers for the incorrectly provided paid vacation time to the township employee, end quote. Did he pay it back? No? Oh. Well, what are you guys going to do about getting that money back? Oh, and I also wanted to reiterate the Faulkner Act. This mayor has no right to just hire anybody without the council's consent. This contract should never have happened. You should never have hired Richard E. Wright Jr. from December 11th to December 31st. He had no right to do that, and quite frankly, the council, and Mr. Ward and Mr. Dewey were on the council back in the day. And, well, not back in the day, but back in December, and the only person that motioned for it, and it never passed. It died on the floor. So we need to make it very clear that the mayor has no right to hire anybody without the council's consent. All right? Thank you.
As far as 2/13/2025, yes, that is the West End water erosion project. The DEP requested a greater scope of work, so the engineering firm has to do some additional designs. That's what that resolution is about, to approve the money for those additional designs. It was the DEP requesting it, not ARH.
All right.
Okay?
And 214,
So that woman's name is Katrina Brand.
is that the woman that we saw in the hallway?
I'm not sure. No.
I don't know. I just saw a very awkward interview in the hallway. They were just staring at each other. It's very weird. And,
215, Rowe.
did I say two? Oh, yeah, 250.
Regarding the UEZ program?
Yeah.
Okay, so this will be for all eligible businesses that are in the UEZ program. Currently, they'll be able to take advantage of the monies. I think it's about $953,000. There'll be grants, loan grants up to $50,000 for facade, parking lot, and signage. And the grant, it will become a grant once the business stays in operation over 5 years.
All right, thank you. And how much is on the bill list this week?
Just over 3 million.
Just over 3 million? Oh, man. Spend it like water,
Keep the
man.
lights on.
Alex, as far as two other things you touched on, number one, for us to micromanage $500 purchases or more, this town couldn't function. I'm sure these guys in Public Works, I mean, police department, they make daily purchases to keep this town running in excess of $500. It's just a necessity. $3,000 is sometimes pushing it, but right now we feel that that's where we gotta keep things to keep an eye on your tax dollars, so that's where we're at. And what was the other thing that you had mentioned? As far as the mayor,
the 205.
the mayor hiring.
Yes.
The mayor does do the hiring for the employees. When it comes to department heads and things like that, he makes the appointment or the recommendation, and we just approve it. Okay?
Right. And how are you guys going to get the money back that he paid for the vacation?
Jack, any idea, you make payments or, no? All right. Mayor has no comment.
All right. Till next time.
Thank you.
Marie Reynolds, Browns Mills. As to Mr. Gardner's comments, I agree with you, Mr. Harper, that this has nothing to do with political affiliation, nothing at all, what we're experiencing in Pemberton Township today. It's been said here many times that the majority of the electorate did not vote for Jack Tompkins. They voted against the previous mayor for his proclivity to purchase up every vacant piece of land and every vacant business in town and demolish it without a plan for its future. And that includes Sycamore Hall, our oldest building, which I have to say every time I come here, our 248-year-old building sold for $250,000 that is sitting folding in on itself today. I did have a question about the JIF, the Burlington County Joint Insurance Fund. Who do we have that represents Pemberton Township on that joint insurance fund? Who attends the monthly meetings that they hold? Will there be someone that will be able to report to us back so that we don't get the rug slipped out from us because of these lawsuits and find out suddenly that we're no longer we're no longer being covered by the JIF? Because it's monumental. That has saved the lives of so many municipalities in terms of what it offers to us.
My recollection is that the prior administrator Mr. Harnicle was on the board of the JIF.
Right, right.
I don't know that since he has left, he's been replaced by anybody in town.
Oh, that's really
I don't think there's anybody, no.
I think it's critical to have somebody there.
I know that there was an alternate. I don't know if that person's still considered the alternate, though. I didn't know if I could say
I don't think there's anybody now to answer your question.
That might be something that you really want to take a look at. Thank you.
This is an old fellow coming again and again and again with a lot of complaints, a lot of nice things that are happening in this town with the new councils. I'm not used to this all.
That's okay. You got it. Just
Yeah, I'm-
little closer.
Yeah, I'm coming here. I came in last emergency meeting, and everybody, all the people, those who visit the meeting, they have objected on Mr. Mayor. They asked him resignation. All of them arguments and fighting concerning about my property. Question is this, and Mr. Mayor don't want to listen to nobody. Mr. Mayor don't want to listen to the council, don't listen to the people. I'm here standing, talking right in front of him, that that's not the way you have to run the town. You have to cooperate with the council. If you want to do direct, you better go to Taiwan, not here. This is America. In America, things don't work like that. I cannot say him direct. I'm here. I have a court appointment on August 4th. If the court rejects me, I have a $400,000 investment in the building. I have a building, and I'm requesting them before this mayor, the last mayor was going to give me that building for $75,000. I am giving you for $200,000, and Mr. Mayor keep on saying no. Though all the councils are with me, they follow me, they tell me good things, they are good people. But how do I go break through Mr. Jack? What is the way to break through him? And he's not listening to nobody. He's yelling and shouting on his own lawyers. He's shouting on everybody. He wants to show his power. What kind of power he has? Do you guys are not noticing that? But this town is going towards the hell. So many days, so many meetings I came. The old councilman, he told him many times, give it the building to me. But he don't want to listen to nobody. I got to go forth to the court. If the judge see my ugly face and do the same thing what Mr. Mayor is doing, where I'm going to go? Where? I don't have no place. There are $400,000 equipment with all the gas line and electric and this and that. I spent it in there. Now, last time the lady came, and she didn't like everybody's complaining about Mr. Mayor. She wanted us to cooperate with the mayor. Now, mayor is here, councilmen are here, and people are here. But if you ask him question, he's not going to cooperate. In that condition, what do we have to do? Can we impeach him? If there's any way we can impeach him, then you have the mayor for another 12, 16 months. Now, if I be the mayor, I cooperate with the people. All those people are coming here. He is listening from this ear and let it go from that ear. He is canceling all the good things in the township. What he's saving money for what? Is he saving money for all those lawsuits he did? How many lawsuits he have? I think so. Somebody told me 9. And there more are coming. Now, if you guys sit down like that and don't do anything, this town is going to be a famous town in all America, New Jersey. Mr. Mayor don't know, this town is the 3rd biggest town of the New Jersey. This town has a lot of respect. A lot of good people living here, though they are poor, middle class. I don't think any rich people live here. But while he's here, this town is going right in front of your eyes in the ditch. And you guys cannot do nothing. I heard you yell on the on the council people last time. This time, when somebody says something good, you get up and walk out. You have no way to face those people. You just get up and walk out. That's not the way the township is going to solve this problem. How? How are you going to solve it? I got to go to fourth in court. What you guys can do? He's not cooperating. The lady said cooperate. He don't know how to cooperate. He don't know how to cooperate. He can yell on lawyers. Who is he? He can yell on lawyers. I'm here, Mr. Mayor. I'm here in that building up to 4th. You can throw my stuff out. You can call the township workers and throw my stuff out. You won't hear no word from me because I know one day the Lord is going to get you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Early. Oh, just a clarifying point on the lawsuits, the number of, it's not 8, I misspoke. It's actually 5 active lawsuits and 1 notice of intent to file a lawsuit against the mayor. The one other lawsuit that was referenced was not against the mayor.
I wasn't coming up here tonight, but my name was brought up a couple times, so I feel I need to. My name is Vicki Adams. I live at 613 Sander Drive. Okay, first of all, I'm going to answer one of the questions for Alex that you guys never answered. Alex, the difference between 1825 and 1425 is that it is effective January 21st. It's for certain employees. So I'm assuming what that means is that you approve the salary ranges and then certain employees get prorated back to January 21st, January 1st.
Yeah, the
Anyway.
first ordinance, there was some missing information on it that we caught after it was introduced. So to correct it, we had to get the new ordinance.
Okay, the reason I came up here tonight is, first of all, I came here very angry tonight. But before I came in here, I was able to get that situation settled. Thank you very much, Rosemary. Okay, now, as far as my name being thrown out there tonight, Mr. Carmichael? Gardner, sorry. I want to thank you because you know what? Out of everybody at the last recall, Mr. Gardner and his wife were the only 2 council or whatever that signed my petition. Okay? I asked everybody for help. I had a group of people coming
to the VFW to sign up to help me with the recall, and they took my papers and stuff, but never contacted me after, never answered my emails, nothing. Okay, that is the one thing I'm disappointed, not just in council, but in our town. This has never been a Democratic or Republican thing, okay? I want to address something you also said, that, you know, well, you said beforehand what this person was like and stuff like that. I campaigned for him, because when I met him, I thought he was a good guy, the things he shared. But boy, before he even took office, right after election, before he took office, he showed me his true colors. And I regretted it, and that was immediately when I had my guard up. Okay, unfortunately, we learn as we go, all of us do. Okay, councilmen included. This mayor has did nothing but tear our town apart. Okay, I am currently involved with the Libertarian Party, which I know nothing about, and I don't care, with starting another recall. So as of August 13th, we need 4,500 signatures to recall this mayor before this next election. So I hope that people don't tell me, oh, but I don't know, or I'm too afraid. You know what? If you're too afraid, nothing's going to ever change. So what if you own a business and you feel like he's going to retaliate? In 18 months, it's going to be over with, because, you know, he's going to do what he's going to do. He thinks he can do what he wants to do. Okay? We have got to take the bull by the horn as citizens of Pemberton Township, as people of this township, and take pride in our township and say, stop the crap. Okay? The difference between, you know, they say, oh, well, look at the president we have. He's this way. Yeah, but he has the House and the Representative and the Senate to keep him in line and keep him in check. We only have the people of this town. The people of this town have got to stand up for what they want. It's not going to change otherwise. I personally, this last week, sent a letter to the Governor Murphy, asking for an audience with him. I sent him 17 attachments of all the things this gentleman has done that I could locate, and the problems that he has caused within our district. Because I had read there was like 5 points in which the governor could get somebody out, and the last one was on ethics. Unethical behavior. Well, guess what? It's been nothing but unethical behavior. And it's got to stop. Okay? So I am calling on this town, not just council, and I know I can't turn around because I would. I'm calling on this town to get online, to fill out the recall thing, so that when we have the recall paperwork ready, that we can actually get you guys in there. To listen to my FaceTimes that I'm going to be putting up on where we're meeting to get these signatures, to get them signed. We need 4,500 to get him out by this November. And it is up to this town to decide if they're going to get off their lazy butts. And I'm sorry, but lazy butts, because some of us, oh, I just don't. No, it's not, oh, I just don't anymore. It's like, do something. You know, years ago I was challenged because I was complaining all the time about the school district. Vicki, get involved. Vicki, get involved. I got involved. Okay, yes, I sit on the school board. Do I stand up here as a school board member? No. I stand up here as a private citizen. But when I'm on that school board, I fight like crazy for every kid in this district. Okay? We've got to do what's right for this town. People, please do not let this recall go unfulfilled. Otherwise, we're stuck with this person for another 18 months. Okay? I do want to correct one thing, because it's been misconstrued throughout social media and everything. When I stood up here at the last meeting and I looked over at him and I said, Mr. Mayor, I hope you don't treat your family like you treat this township, because then I have to pray for you. That was not a dig at your family. That was a dig at you, because I would not want to have anybody treated like you on a daily basis. Thank you for listening, and I'm sorry, gentlemen.
How you doing, Mayor and Council? My name's John Archer. I'm the realtor that worked with Mr. Eli for, since 2022, I guess it was. We've been working together, trying to find him a place. Some of the things didn't really fit his needs, and he didn't want them. But what I really want to talk about is the Pemberton Plaza down there. We had a buyer for that, and I know it went to contract, and I know it was been holding for 2-3 years now, and I want to know what the status is of that. Is it going to go through? Is it going back down? What's the story?
By Pemberton Plaza, you mean the old Acme?
Yes.
You want to handle it? Yeah.
If you have anything else to speak, and I'll be glad to answer that question.
Yeah, all right, good. Answer it.
Okay. We have a contract which presumably could get resolved and closed in mid-August. We need to provide to the buyer that it is tenant-free, it's vacant.
Is what?
It has to be vacant property so
yeah,
that it
I
can be
understand.
demolished.
Yeah, I do understand that's the
Yeah,
problem.
and that's really the last major hurdle before we can close title. So to answer your question, the contract is still valid, and we hope to close title within the next 30 days.
Thank you.
Sure.
Excuse me. The taxes that brings back into the town, the enormous amount of taxes that brings back into the town is just great. And the economic value of that whole property getting developed again instead of driving by. When I moved into this town, I drove by that for the first 2 years, and I just saw vacancy, and I said, what the heck's that? So I asked and inquired about it, and I did something about it. That's just my nature. I don't like to do things like that, but it made sense, especially for me and my taxes. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening. Joe Fallon, 32 Clubhouse Road. Couple of items. First one, I brought to your attention a couple months ago, the lead paint family homes that aren't rentals but are family living in those homes, and you said there was a amendment to the ordinance that was going to be an exception for family members living in those homes. They're not rentals. My son and his wife have been living there for 25, 30 years. It's not a rental. Yeah, so I get a final letter, final notice, and yet someone else in the family, similar situation, called the department and they took her off the list. She didn't get this letter, or maybe it didn't get to her yet, but supposedly her name went off the list. But I'm still on the list, and final notice, I don't know where that amendment is that's supposed to be giving exceptions when you swear that you're not using the property as a rental. There was something supposed to be working its way through.
So you're not an actual rental if you're just having family live there and you're not collecting rent.
Right.
So if you wouldn't mind, before you leave tonight, just give me your name and your address, and I will make sure you're off the list. There's not an actual amendment to the ordinance. It's that you wouldn't be part of that. You wouldn't be part of the rental program. I'll
Okay.
take care of it for you.
Great, thank you. Next is a show and tell. The water flushing, water lines that we just flushed. This is after the water had run for approximately 15 to 20 minutes after the worst of it. this was still what was coming through. And I'll put this back down here. What's happening, and I suggest we make a little better PSA for everybody in the township, because anyone that's using water filters at all in the refrigerator or a separate Brita or whatever, this thing is totally brown. I didn't put the water in when it was coming out brown. This is after. I've never had this happen in the 43 years I've been at this location. Don't know why all of a sudden, but I think it would be helpful for the rest of the residents to give them a heads up about water filters. And the last thing is, that is in the bottom of my hot water tank, 50 gallons of water. I haven't flushed it yet, but I'm going to have to, because that's not good for the hot water heaters, as everybody that has one is aware. So I think, one, giving people the heads up, you may be dealing with changing out your filters, and I'm just not sure why it's this bad. In 43 years, I've never seen it that bad. So that's a question. The mayor issue. According to what I've read anyway, there's no time left to put a recall on the ballot. I mean, that's what I've read. We've run out of time with this, but maybe I'm mistaken. Given where we are, I'm curious, the money issue, the suits that are still pending, whether or not you have any idea, a guesstimate of what that may cost the township, because that's an impact on the budget, I would presume. I don't know where that money's coming from specifically, but using a broad guesstimate based on what has already been decided, the financial consequences of the remaining suits, what may they be? Because they're hanging out here somewhere, and I don't know where you put that in the budget. I mean, I don't think it's petty cash that you're pulling that out of. I'm going to skip over to the end here. We don't know what the financial injury may be in the future, and we don't know what additional issues the township is going to suffer due to the poor judgment that has been displayed by the mayor. So I say, Mayor, finally show some class, step down for the good of this township and its residents. It's costing us money. Thank you.
Council President, can I answer some of the questions on the water issue? A year ago, we refurbished some of our water tanks in the town. They went in and cleaned the inside, they painted them, everything else. From what I understand, when they did that, they had to reflow the water in different directions in the pipe and some other things that they were doing because they had to cut those tanks out of the system while they were working on them. The pipes, normally they flush them out to get all the stuff out.
Yeah.
Well, when they reversed the flow, what little bit of sediment was in there, it changed it around last year. So talking to our water guys, I've had phone calls for this, and we believe it's because we changed the flow last year, it disrupted the way the water, or what the sediment was laying in the tanks. So this year, you're getting a little bit more sediment coming through there because we reversed the direction last year of the flow, is what I'm being told. And you did bring up a good point about the hot water tanks. I didn't realize some of them have water filters in them now. But when we do flush our systems, if your water's brown, we recommend you run the water for a while.
Yep.
We recommend you run the cold water and not the hot water because it can damage your hot water tanks.
Yep.
I will mention to our folks to maybe suggest the water filter component too, because that's something I haven't heard of. But I think the problem with it being a little extra brown this year is because of the way we had to run the water when we were rehabbing 4 water tanks. I can't remember how many it was. We rehabbed quite a few water tanks last year.
I had been running the outside tap because I didn't want the water in the house. It was 15 minutes I ran it. This is still what came out afterwards. It was still running out. And this is clean compared to what it started out as. So
I was getting phone calls too.
yeah, well, 43 years, never saw anything like this.
Because they were different mayors.
And I just thought, yeah, probably should give the rest of the residents a heads up on the water tanks because it does create a problem for those tanks. And this is the law we've been talking about. My wife was on that first committee to change, and she downloaded it and printed it out and said, if one of you gentlemen wanted a hard copy, here it is. Be glad to give it to you. We have 2 copies. But I really believe, from what I've read, we've run out of time to do anything like that. But now it's up to the mayor to finish up your term in a better situation that we're being left with now. Thank you.
You're dreaming.
Hello, council. Everybody that comes up here says their name and address. So my name is Patricia Epps, and my address is 146 Medford Street. I wanted to thank you, Matt and Miss Rosemary, for coming to my house. They came to my house on Monday. Miss Rosemary, Matt, and a younger man, Kevin, came to my house on Monday. Hillary and her son saw them on the camera and, of course, came outside. I began to show them where the dogs had escaped in the front, and Hillary became loud and obnoxious and came outside. And I came from Sunbury, and I've been here 3 summers, blah, blah, blah. Everyone went over to see her except for me. I don't go over and see her because it gives me heart palpitations when I see the dogs. After 15 minutes, I signaled it's time because I had to go to an appointment at Deborah Hospital. And mind you, I invited them here to my place. I feel a little slighted because I had the floor. But it did work out. They came back and they spoke to me. It's funny to me that Hillary didn't have those vicious dogs come out while everybody was outside. It was only after you left that she released the dogs to come outside again. She did have an opinion, but her opinion's not important to me. It's irrelevant. She's a renter, and it would be a whole lot different if the owner was present. If Ryan Rafa was there, that'd be great. I've been there. That's my home, 46 years this October. I spoke to Rosemary before I even came up here, so I'm hoping that you can compel Ryan to put the fence on his side from one end to the other, so it's consistent, it's clean, everything's
everything's the same. We talked about it, so it's a sort of repeat for her. But to leave it existing and not take everything down is important too. And I just thought that, Dan, Harry, Matt, Miss Rosemary, and that young boy, Kevin, came out to my house. And they are assisting me. And when I first came here last month, I submitted a paper that had all these properties on it. And I thought that when I gave one to the mayor, he might be able to say, I'm the mayor. I need Ryan Rafa. I need you to come in here and talk to me about a problem that someone is having right next door to your tenant. I'm the mayor. I need you to come here, and if you don't, you won't rent a property in my township ever again. But you didn't. So I just want to thank the people that are helping me and did come to my house and see what's happening. And also, I am a senior, and I like the senior center, and I'd like to see Jennifer Deeds come back. And she was doing a great job. So, Ms. Rosemary, you will talk with Ryan, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody in general. My name is America Phillips. I've been living in Presidential Lake since 1979, 45 years and a half. In my 45 years, possibility I started attending meeting after I retired for the state, because when you are working for the state as employee, I also was a shop store for the state. That means we gotta be neutral. I make a statement the day I retire, I walk out for the gate, I will open my mouth. This is a free country, and I have the right to. You haven't seen me in here for a little while. I was away. And when I got home, well, I was very happy. I was with my grandkids in vacation. But when I stop in the store, pick out the newspaper, I was sick. And I made my decision today. After I work in my garden, I'm going to write a note, and I'm going to tell them the way the life it is. Simple as that. To the present mayor, I don't believe what is taking place. You have your team and decide, but you do not work with them here. We have to change the form of government in this place. Because if our mayor cannot run the business, which is people, doesn't work out. Okay, now I'm going to read what I got. As a mayor, supposed to work and attend the meetings all the time. I understand. A lot of times I came in here, the seat is empty. Mr. Mayor, I want to let you know, I was here the day you took the oath for the residents. We put you there. You did not get there for your looks. The residents put you there, and they trust you. Be honest with you, myself, as a board worker, working for the election, knock door by door. Guess what? I didn't talk bad about people, but this coming to the mayor. As a mayor, You're supposed to represent your residents. I'm one of your residents, okay? And you are one of them too. But the day you became a mayor, you did good things in the past, but I do not know what happened. One day, you just look like went to sleep and you woke up and you were a different person or mayor for the worse. That's when the town went upside down. And for us, we have to correct this. You are penalized the residents. I do not know what is going on with you right now, but don't take it on us. We don't have nothing to do. You got to do your job there. If you feel that you're not able to continue to do your job, let somebody take over and finish. Don't destroy us. All the lawsuit that's going on in here, I'm a taxpayer. And you know what? Uncle Sam is not going to give you the money to pay the lawsuits. We, the sucker, got to pay that. I already know that, okay? You don't have to tell me nothing about it. Okay, enough is enough for this town. Please, resign and let somebody to take it, finish the job. If you feel that that's not good enough for right now, don't destroy us. In my 45 years, I never been see this town. The way is going down and down. The people approach me. I have a friend in Oklahoma. I did not know what was going on in here about the water carnival, nothing. I was not here, okay? She left a message. Oh, I'm looking for you in the TV and in the news. She's in Oklahoma. She knows more than I do. This is not what is taking place right now in this township with our mayor. It's uncalled for, okay? Don't penalize us for what is taking place. Let somebody else to do the job. I like to know how many lawsuits are. I hear not the administrator, the solicitor, he stated five lawsuits towards our mayor. Well, it's not right. It's not right what is taking place right now. I hear about it, for the budget. You work every 3 months. That's how you guys run the budget. But still, as a single parent, I take care of what I got. And I know, if I'm going to write a check, I know if I have money in the bank. If I don't have no money in the bank, I cannot write a check. Okay, right now, I want to know what is going on with the Browns Mill development. You got a big sign in there, all the stores are coming in. The dust is still coming up or not? Somebody just called me last night and told me, don't be surprised because they, according to the news, they said that there is not going to be no development in there. It's true or not? You can answer me that later on. And all about the water carnival. God, the water carnival is the only thing this town has for many years. And how we can penalize the people, it's not right, be honest with you. I just hope the next mayor, if he doesn't yet resign, will be better for us. I be honest with you, I go knock door. The same way I did it, I'm going to go knock door, and I will tell them the way the life it is. I'm not going to lie. And you know what they're going to tell me? I'm not here for Republican or Democrat. They're going to tell me, oh, hey, yours was worse. You know what? Here is my paper, and here I'm going to tell you what I know. And I just hope our mayor changes his life around or do something, because we do not need these more problems in here. We are well known. Doesn't matter where you go. Oh, you Pemberton? Oh, you know what was going on? I don't know. Go down there and find it out. Not for me, because I'm ashamed, okay? Thank you.
Ms. Phillips, do you want your question answered?
Yes, you can answer.
So that development is happening.
Developer is coming.
Horizons.
Oh, are you talking about the,
They all like me.
we hope to close title around the middle of August and sell the property then.
Okay?
Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yes, now I can go and just tell people where I found it out tonight, because I got in trouble one time. Somebody in here in the council, not this council, told me something, and I went and tell people, and the people called me that I was a liar when that council denied that he did not say that. That's mean I want to be sure that you telling me tonight the developer is coming. When they call me, I say, yes, it's coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Phillips.
Hey, I don't want to put Jerry on the spot here,
But
but there's been a few questions asked, I mean, about, the mayor and regarding the lawsuits and stuff. Is it, I know we passed a resolution last meeting about holding him responsible for paying back that bill he paid, without authority. Is there a way that we can go after the mayor if he doesn't voluntarily? I mean, basically what I'm going to say is, can the council and the town sue the mayor for all the undue expenses he's putting on the burden on the taxpayers? Yeah.
Councilman Harper, I would rather discuss that with you in closed session. It's a legal issue, and I would not want to opine now off the cuff. But I'll get back to you about that. That's all right. Thank you.
Good evening. No, I don't need your speech. You write enough for me already. First thing I want to ask, my name's Joe Anderson. The first thing I wanted to ask is the mayor, since you ran out on the last meeting and I didn't get to ask you, and I want you to address the public here, because we asked the council and we got the answer from the council, but we never got an answer from you because you always hide from the public. Why did you cancel the water carnival? Why? I want to hear it out of your mouth. And do you think you owe Marty at least an apology or anything for all the work she done? Can you, go ahead, answer. You don't have an answer, do you? And you don't think you owe anybody an answer. And that's why this town is not moving forward with anything. Shopping center, anything. Because of your attitude just like that. You don't owe nobody an answer. You're disgusting. The other question I have here is about the shopping center. You keep mentioning August. What happens after August if the tenant here is still sitting there in that shopping center, the laundromat, if he's still there? Are we going to move forward? What are the questions I keep hearing about Tractor Supply or supposed to be coming in, and you don't want them in? Can I get an answer from each of the board members? Do you want Tractor Supply there? Do you not want Tractor Supply there? What is the real answer?
We need a legitimate grocery store for the residents of our town. And if we don't get that, I'll be a no vote on the shopping center. When they came in here, they promised to shop, grocery store for the town that's desperately needed. We don't need a Tractor Supply at that shopping center. We need it.
How's the other councilman feel?
Rest of the council people, assuming.
No, you're not going into closed session. Talk to the people.
I'm trying to.
Well, don't tell me that before we talk to the council by itself or something. You got the public right here, right now. Answer the question.
Slow down. The Tractor Supply, if they're coming in, they'd have to go to the planning board for site plan approval or for voting.
All I'm asking is the council, are they in agreement? Should there be a Tractor Supply there? Do we answer?
I would suggest that the council not answer because you don't know all the specifics about what the application would be involved with. So that's what I suggest.
Okay, then another question. How do you feel about the tenant? Should he be evicted or not? Are you going to keep continuing him to stay there?
No, the landlord-tenant action is scheduled before the judge in Brown Holly on August 4th.
Well, how's the councilman feel about it?
Sir, this is a matter of ongoing litigation. We're not going to discuss that.
All right, in closed session, right, behind the public.
Not about closed session. In open session, we were told and authorized and directed to file the lawsuit, which is what we did.
So Joe, we legally can't speak about that right now because it is active litigation. As for the tractor supply, that was a topic that was mentioned by the developers in a meeting we had with them. That's not a done deal. That hasn't even been presented to us. It was just a mention of a possible idea because they're talking to Tractor Supply.
So what happens after this August deadline? If the tenant is still in the shopping center, the laundromat is still open, operating, what happens after that deadline?
I answered one of the other questions that the buyer is not buying it or closing title if there's still any occupants
Are you
there.
asking for an extension?
Is who asking for extension?
The township.
We've done that already.
Have they agreed to it?
Well, they did to June 1st. Not another one, no.
Joe, extension for what, for Mr. Ellie or for the developer?
For the development?
No, they want to close title.
They're not walking away from this
They
deal.
want to buy the property and demolish it.
Okay. And Mr. Eli, I feel for you in a way. I lived here all my life, 63 years. I've been in your laundromat many times. Okay? I agree with you on that. Look, he's an ass. We all know what he is, all right? But it's the other thing is, too, you're holding up development, okay? I feel for you. This has been coming since 2018 when they took it to eminent domain. Earnings moved out. Dairy Queen moved. Everybody saw the writing on the wall.
Joe.
Come on.
Just address us. Don't address Mr. Elliott.
Enough's enough.
Understood. But at the same time,
You can't keep waiting for somebody for the township to give you a piece of property at the same price or this or that. Well, I don't agree with it, but that's their right. You saw the writing on the wall for years. Coming down the road. The place had to go. You were going to go. And now you're waiting till the last minute.
Joe.
And you want the township to
Joe.
bail you out or something.
Joe.
I don't get, I'm sorry, I can't side with you on that. Everybody else moved. Everybody else closed up.
yeah, snap it in.
This is ridiculous, people.
Thank you.
You're a clown. You really are. Yeah. Oh, you got something to say now, right? Your mouth works. I'll be sending another couple of police officers to my house the next day. I'm going to see another two tomorrow, like you sent them there. Last time after the last township meeting, send two police officers to my house. I forgot
No,
to-
you already spoke, Mr. Elliott.
Why'd you do that?
All right. Nope. Moving on. All right.
Hold on,
On to
Matt.
resolutions.
Matt.
Oh.
Eric, you gotta jump up faster than that.
Good evening, council. I got a couple questions on new business, purchase over 3,000. The first one is Public Works cold patch for road repairs, Earl Asphalt, in a total amount of $6,600. How much asphalt are we buying? Is that 2 tons, 3 tons, 4 tons? The other two things I have, the repair cost for truck 29 of $7,600.26 roughly, and the police department emergency light upfit package for an F-150 from Elite Vehicle Solutions. Is that just for a light package, or are we buying a vehicle that has the light package on it? Because I think that's way too much for a light package. I'm done.
Mr. President, I can answer some of them. Is there more? He said he was done. The cold patch, I know that's 40 tons of cold patch, Eric, and working previously for one of the two companies that supply it, I know that's about as good a price as you're going to get for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, the other one, the truck upfit, yeah, I don't know what all's involved. I think that's installation and everything, as far as putting the lights on and stuff. I think it includes a grill package, sirens, and, everything you need for that. What was the other one you asked about?
I believe
the
truck
dump
29, yeah.
Okay, well, that's a little complicated, that one. The dump truck is one that we approved repairs on before. They found additional problems with it, and this is the new bill with the additional problems on it to do the repairs. Yeah.
Okay. On that, if it's costing that much, why don't we just sell it?
Well, it's, very good. Yeah, we just bought a new one for $300,000, and, we're only up to like $12,000 in repairs on this, so I think it's still
Right.
better to repair than,
We know the status on that? Another year out, probably?
No, as a matter of fact, I was told it was going to be delivered before summer's out.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Any other takers?
Good evening. Earlene Alexander for Chipmunk Run. So I'm not coming up here to talk about the mayor because that's like beating a cinder block with a twig. And what I do want to know is that everyone comes to the council meeting. You see the same people all the time. The same people come up here all the time, speaking, complaining, arguing, whatever they have to say, and asking questions. I would like to know, do you plan to reach out to the broader community? Because there are some people, I said this maybe last month, they don't know who the mayor is. They don't know what he looks like. And, well, maybe now that it was on the news, they don't pick up the Pine Barren Tribune or anything like that. They don't read the website. They don't, especially newer people to the township, they barely talk to each other. So they don't know what's going on. They don't know to come to the meetings. They don't know to sign a recall, or they don't know to do whatever it is that, is making it possible. It's the residents that have been here for a while, they know, and they know the significance of the water carnival and how much it means to the community, but not the broader community. So actually people were like, I don't care. You can't have people saying that. You gotta have community coming together, reach out to those people who don't know about the council meetings, planning board, zoning board, or any of the goings-on of the township, like the Veterans Day Parade. I didn't even know that was happening. And I come here, quite often. So if you don't reach out to the community to get them involved and to get them to care, sincerely care, and to be on your side, to understand, to comprehend what's going on and what actions you want to take, if you had this whole Browns Mills community behind you, your actions would probably be further than they are now. I know they would, because when a community comes together, it comes together. I'm very, with Queens, I spend a lot of time in Queens. Let me tell you, you drop a pin on the street in Queens, and they're coming after you, the whole community. And they're gonna talk about you at town council. So that's what we need to have. So I'm just up here to say that, I know everyone talked about everything else. I don't want to talk about that. But I do want to say that, it's the community. On my block, there's 4 houses. Only the house next to me here and cross diagonal from me. Only 2 that are friendly and speak to me. We got to stop this. We got to start being more friendly, more of a community, and stop being cliquish and stop being political parties, because in the end, you're just human beings, and we all go in the ground the same way. And that's all I have to say.
Here comes the problem child. Michael Kraus, 20 Meadowbrook Drive, Browns Mills. All right, I am coming up to speak about the mayor. Not as a person, but I've been coming the last couple months, and I know, well known, that there are problems in the township. Everybody's pointing the finger at him. It's not just him. It's a collective. It's the township. And the one thing I have learned is if you don't like the person, at least respect the office that he withholds. Same as the people with Trump. He is the president of the United States, whether people like him or not. Jack has been elected the mayor, and he has been doing a job. It's not up to everybody to decide whether they like it or not. And just like everyone sitting up here on the dais right now, you're entitled to the same respect as anyone else. I mean, you're doing a bang-up job, and for anyone to point out any of your differences or faults, I really don't go for that. And I think everybody's doing a good job. Like I said, I've been blamed in the past as being the only supporter of Jack Tompkins, but the way I was raised is he is the mayor, he is the one in charge. We are supposed to have that respect for him. I might not always agree with what he says, but I do have the respect as the same have for you guys. And I think you're all doing a great job. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Justine Miller, 311 Shoshone Trail. No, you're absolutely wrong. You can show someone respect, you can show someone kindness, but you don't have to agree with what they're doing. And what he's doing is wrong. And if it was his daughter or his sister that he was sexually harassing, he'd be up here against him too. And that's wrong. I don't care who he is, what you stand for. You can respect authority, but you don't have to agree with authority. And I have 11 girls that are coming up into this world, and I would never have them follow somebody blindly. You question everything. You ask questions. You find out the truth. You don't have to believe what the public is just saying. You can look into the lawsuits. You can look into the information and find out for yourself. And as far as Mr. Ellie goes, this community, I wasn't born and raised here, but was built on long-standing businesses like O'Brien's. If you bring Tractor Supply in here, it's going to sink O'Brien's. And I agree with Dewey. If you're not going to put the things in there that the town needs, like a grocery store, what would be the point of doing it? Why bring something in and put another bar, another auto place, things that we don't need? You need to bring things into the town that we do need. And you don't just follow someone blindly. You ask questions and you seek the truth, and people make mistakes. So, yeah, people voted him in, and now we're learning that it was a mistake. People make mistakes. You can right your wrong. It's never too late to say, I was wrong, or I'm sorry, and to fix your mistake.
Good evening. Thank you for being here. Mark Thomas, 35 Northwoods Road. And well, everyone who has talked has spoken their own truth, and there's a lot of truth that's universal. And there are positive reasons that are here. I have lived in 6 different places in my life, including St. Paul, Hartford, Philadelphia. Where else did I live? A couple of other places. But I'm here. When I retired, I moved here. And I moved here because, and I'll play this for you just to give you a taste of what is at the heart of this community. It is our natural assets. Dan Dewey knows this stuff, too. Come on. Sorry. I'm having technical difficulties here. They refuse to stop. Anyway, those are juvenile wood thrushes that have fledged behind the post office. And standing there along the north branch of the Rancocas, there is a peace and a serenity that you cannot find in Mount Laurel, for sure. You cannot find that in many places in our county, but you can find it here because we have a natural infrastructure that still lives. And as a member of a group called the Rancocas Conservancy, we have about 300 acres in the township. We are committed to continuing to acquire land and cooperate with the township to build a network of trails and hopefully to bring public health institutions in here to start to do some research on the relationship between our assets and our public health. But this is at the center of where we all live. It's all around us. So thank you for being here.
All right, let's move on to resolutions. On the resolutions that we have on the agenda right now, are there any ones we want to discuss, or can we move on to a consent agenda? We have to,
11 through 15.
yeah, we have to add the other 3, so we'll have to,
Right, 11 through 14 now?
11 through 14, yep. 11 through 15. Councilman Ward? No?
If it takes another 50 years to straighten out the West End Park, I guess we're going to have ARH doing all the engineering. You know, let me just, before you guys got on here, I forget what the price was for the hydro seeding for the West End Park. And it was very, very expensive. and right after it was hydroseeded, now we have conflicting answers. We have some conflicting answers. One group says we hydroseeded it, the other people said, no, we didn't hydroseed it. But when we had the big rainstorm in April, all the hydroseeding went into Rancocas Creek. And without mentioning any names, somebody says, well, we knew when we set the grades they were wrong. I said, well, why didn't you get a hold of the engineer if you knew they were wrong and you just wasted all that money for hydroseeding? Anything that ARH has got their hands in, there's no inspections whatsoever. They could put pipe from here to Tom's River, and there's no inspections. All the blacktopping they do, there's no inspections. The company is the absolute worst, and we're still gonna spend money with them. So, that's all I can say. Just letting you know what goes on in this town.
Comment?
Yeah, it's, Council President, if I may.
Please.
I kind of agree with Councilman Dewey on this. We've been talking about this for the past, 2 years, Danny, right? I think the hydro seeding was around $16,000, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the numbers in front of me. But yeah, and then I fought that battle back and forth, and Dan's right. I mean, some people said it wasn't, some people said it was, and it's just, I get we're using grant money at some point here with this, but there's a time when, I guess, how can you equate this, right? If I'll equate it close enough to a restaurant, because I'm in restaurant business, and I always got to say, I'm sorry, I'm in a lot of businesses, but if I bring out a plate of food to somebody and I charge them $25 for it, which is nominal, right? And the food's cold. So what do? I have to take it back. It's just not right. And I make it again, and I bring it out. Now the food might have, I don't know, might be spoiled, or the people just aren't hungry anymore, and they're just not happy with it. So what do? Well, I usually buy it. That's number one, and then I apologize profusely with empathy, and sincere empathy, right? And then next week they got another choice when they go out to eat. Are they going to come to my restaurant, or are they going to go to a different restaurant and maybe get a better meal for the same price? And this is like the third time, at least the third time. I don't know if Donovan was here or still here. He'd probably be able to clarify a little bit better, because he's probably been working on it longer than I have. But I mean, the third time that we've had ARH come back out and try to stabilize this West End Stream Bank project, which, quite honestly, I live over there, and I've seen this growing up, and it always caves in because technically it's not supposed to be there. So, I mean, if for anything, I mean, I'm okay with everything else, but if we can pull 2/13/2025 tonight and have a separate vote on that, I'd be okay with that, because I'm going to be a no for this tonight, so.
Have a motion?
So I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended. Well, no, yeah, without 2/13/2025.
Just to note,
Yeah.
the consent agenda on this particular agenda also includes the new business purchases, so if you're intending to include that as well, or if there's no.
I didn't see the asterisk down there, Amy, you're right. So if you guys wanted to,
I have no questions on those purchases. Danny, Harry, any questions on the purchases?
No.
You don't have a choice.
all right, so would you like me to?
I'm sorry, so Mr. Ward, can we just clarify, that
Yeah.
is for the entire consent agenda?
Yeah, so I'll make.
Exception of 213.
With the exception of 2/13, yes, ma'am.
I'll second that.
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Doyle,
Yes.
Mr. Dewey,
Yes.
Mr. Harper,
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini.
Yes. Okay, 2/13/2025, authorize agreement with ARH to continue and complete the design and permitting of the West End Stream Bank Stabilization Project.
Mr. President, I can give you a little more information. I was advised that this was a further scope of work that the DEP requested ARH to do. It's not ARH's idea to do it. I double-checked into it. I got the email from the DEP that said it was a request they made. Unfortunately, it's going to come out of our pocket, not the grant money.
If I could interrupt, we can try to do a budget amendment so that it does not come out of our budget. I did speak to the DEP. They said we could do a budget modification and try to get additional grant funds from them.
Okay, so it is possible
It's
to
possible.
recoup some of it. Okay.
Yeah, I can't confirm that will be approved, but we can request it.
Okay. All right, thank you for that, Candace. But that's all the information I have, guys. If that'd change anybody's mind, I know, believe me, I'm not a fan of ARHs either, and this is why I did my due diligence to see that it was in fact, the outside entity, DEP, that requested it and not them.
Yeah, and Councilman Harper, I definitely, look, it's not I don't have a personal vendetta
No.
with ARH. But sitting up here for it's,
Oh,
I'd like to see it at least, I'd like to see Department of Public Works potentially at least, try to get, a different bid or.
Well, on the bright side, after the design phase is done, ARH is done, and ERI, our new engineers, will be taking over. They're done with this project after the design phase.
So another contractor's going to be okay stepping in with a different contractor's design?
They're already up to speed. They've been working with ARH so they can step into it without a problem.
It's like a card game. If you got a bad hand, you got to know when to fold them and get a new horse, these guys have been milking the town, and don't matter to me. I'm a no vote anyway, so you guys do what you want. That's all I got.
Motion?
I make a motion that we approve 2/13/2025.
Council President, if there's no second to the motion dies.
Correct.
It doesn't sound like there's a second to the motion, Councilor.
Nope, no second, so that resolution, as the solicitor said, dies. All right, we do have 3 additional resolutions to add to the agenda. I said the right number this time, right? 3. Resolution number 2/16/2025, voiding the financial agreement entered into by and between the township and 200 South Pemberton Urban Renewal LLC. Resolution number 217/2025, authorizing and accepting the award of a grant from the Burlington County Municipal Park Development Program for the Blueberry Manor project. And resolution number 218/2025, resolution of the Township Council, Township of Pemberton, approving the 5th Amendment to the redevelopment agreement by and between the Township of Pemberton and New Horizons LLC. New Horizon Properties LLC, excuse me.
Council President, on that last one, I'd like you to consider pulling it. We're still talking with the New Horizons people, and I would recommend that you not approve that Fifth Amendment while we're still negotiating.
All right, so then won't even put it on the agenda then.
Thank you.
I need a motion to add these 2.
Make a motion to add 2/16/217.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. Okay, resolution number 2/16/2025, voiding the financial agreement entered into by and between the Township and 200 South Pemberton Urban Renewal LLC. Discussion, comments, questions?
This has to do with the Seldat warehouse, right?
Correct.
Okay. And what were we, I'm looking for the paperwork right now. Sorry.
The reason for the resolution is because we sell that, I'm sorry, the developer is substantially behind on its affordable housing fees, has not provided the annual audit, which they're required to provide as part of the financial agreement that was entered into 4 or 5 years ago, and also that they are substantially behind in their sanitary sewer fees.
Thanks, Jerry. Did they ever supply their Energy Star audit to the state? Do we know of? That they're supposed to do as well?
I didn't receive a copy of anything.
Okay. Because that would be like number 4 if that was. All right.
To be clear for the public, this is requirements for the warehouse to obtain that pilot program that we've been talking about for so many years that we think is a bad idea. It's a huge, huge tax break to a very, very large, multi-million-dollar corporation that came into town and got one heck of a tax savings. For them to obtain and continue with their pilot program, there's certain things that they have to do. That's why it's called a pilot agreement. They get a tax break for things that they have to do for us to hold that tax break. They have been held up there under the bargain. So why should we?
And if I could add something, for the record, this was the prior administration that did this. How many millions of dollars should that be in tax revenue compared to what we get? We get, what, 500,000 now?
I don't know.
Talking
Our annual is about 500,000 and because.
500.
Yep.
And the school board gets not a penny. We have to give 2% to the county. So we get $480,000 where it should be probably, what, $10 million tax rate? What?
I think it's like 1.5 or something.
It's a neighborhood of 1.2, 1.3, sir.
Okay,
Without the pilot?
without the pilot.
How could that be?
Let's vote.
Prior administration, gang.
Mr. Dewey, I believe we had discussed before also that even without the pilot program, the intention of this pilot program is to funnel all that money directly into the township general fund. And if we went with no pilot program and they were paying their full taxes, the portion, even after they pay their county and all those other taxes, the portion that comes to the township would still be substantially larger than what we're collecting now. So the pilot was a very bad idea.
And even without paying the school board anything, they still have 4 kids going to school that live in one of the houses on the property, is that correct? And they don't pay any school taxes.
We have a motion?
Make a motion to approve Resolution 216, 2025.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Oh, yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Definitely.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Abstain.
Mr. Bianchini?
Absolutely. Resolution number 217, 2025, authorizing and accepting the award of a grant from the Burlington County Municipal Park Development Program for the Blueberry Manor Park project.
Yeah, if I might add a few words on this one here. This is a grant application that would have fallen through the cracks had it not been for the diligence of our township employees. I mean, yeah, it was almost forgotten and left undone. And I think it's a good project. You know, it's to get a playground back over in Blueberry Manor, where a playground has been abandoned for, I don't know how many years they took the equipment out of there, but it's a $250,000 grant to put new playground equipment over there. I think the residents in that area deserve it, yeah. So I'd like to thank the employees that were involved in putting this together.
What about the pole bridge that they ripped out? That deal went down.
That's believe part of this year's budget, it's in there. I think there's 200 and,
Yeah, because that's been ripped out for 3
There
years.
there was a line item.
yeah, I think there's 290,000 in the budget for that one this year. So this will be 2 parks that we get
Two
up and
parks that
running
we-
this year.
Yep, let's get on it.
Right, we have a motion?
Make a motion to approve 2/17/2025.
I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes, indeed.
Mr. Doyle?
Absolutely, yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
I'm all in.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. The ordinances for second reading, public hearing, and/or adoption. Public comments. Oh. We're open for public comments on these 4 ordinances. One at a time, yeah. Ordinance number 14-2025, an ordinance establishing calendar year 2025 salary ranges for certain employees of the Township of Pemberton. Comments?
You got to correct this one,
Is that the-
isn't it?
No, the
This one is.
later one we got to
Yeah.
correct.
Ordinance number 15-2025, bond ordinance providing for various 2025 general capital improvements by and in the Township of Pemberton in the County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,490,559, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,416,031.05 in bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof. Ordinance number 16-2025, bond ordinance providing for various 2025 water utility improvements by and in the Township of Pemberton in the County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,991,980, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,892,381 bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof. Comments? Ordinance number 17-2025, bond ordinance providing for various 2025 sewer utility improvements by and in the Township of Pemberton in the County of Burlington, State of New Jersey, appropriating $2,817,000, therefore, from the sewer utility of the township and authorizing the issuance of $2,817,000 in bonds or notes of the township to finance part of the cost thereof. Okay, no comments? Yep. All right. Ordinance number 14-2025. Any discussion, questions up here for the dais? We have a motion?
Make a motion to approve ordinance 14-2025.
I'll second that.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. Ordinance number 15-2025. Questions, comments, discussion?
Yeah, Council President, I have a couple questions. On number 2, Public Works, fleet garage improvements, including but not limited to bay improvements, including addition of truck wash bays, vehicle lift. So we're appropriating $100,000. What was the price to do the whole truck bay?
For the wash,
Yeah.
I would say it would be a minimum. See, I think we talked about it before, Josh. The proposal I gave them was for the Broadway truck wash. And they want a drive-through in this, and a car wash is not, a truck wash is not gonna work with a drive-through because you need a place to put the equipment. Now, see ours, you pull the vehicle in, then there's a wall and all the equipment's on the other side. So if you do a drive-through, then you would have to have the next bay for all your equipment, so you would lose a bay. You follow what I'm trying to say here? So I gave them all the, the information. I even offered to take them on a field trip to show them how it worked. Never got done, but they're looking for a drive-through. So if they don't get the right information on how it works, they could end up losing a bay in their shop, doing it their way. It can't be a drive-through.
How much was the one you proposed?
It was probably, back then, it was probably like $150,000, $160,000. But it's, you got to put a 5,000 gallon tank in the bay in the ground because it recycles the water, purifies it, and you're not using that much water. You know, when you wash the vehicle, it runs in the drain underneath the vehicle and it recycles the water. If you just hook water supply to it, I know the township probably doesn't pay for water anyway, but it would be a tremendous waste of water just letting the hose run and washing trucks. You know, and it's pretty sophisticated on how it works. It sprays underneath the vehicle, no streaks, you know, does the windows real good. And in the long run, you know, they don't clean trucks here. They did a couple times last winter. But, you know, when you buy a $150,000 dump truck, $150,000 dump truck, and if you don't clean the salt out of it, you're only going to get 5, 6, 8 years out of the truck, and you got to replace it because the frame's rotted out. And, you know, so you're putting big money out, but it's going to give you savings on the back end. But it's got to be figured out right, you know, for their situation.
The second thing that caught my eye on this was the combination jet vac truck. Do we have a jet vac truck over in DPW already?
They have one, I think it's a 2006, I believe, they told me. It's, yeah, it's still functional. They're not going to get rid of it and stuff, but they want to get a newer one that's starting to get old.
All right, that's all the questions I have. Never mind.
Motion.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 15-2025.
I'll second it.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
No.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. Ordinance number 16, 2025. Bond ordinance providing for various 2025 water utility improvements. Discussion, questions, comments?
I have one. I think in the future, if we don't have representatives from the Public Works, Water Department, and Sewer, when it comes up to spending this kind of money so that we can have somebody that we can ask a question to, we shouldn't approve it, because this is insane. There's not one person in this room that can answer a question for us. And I don't think it's fair to the taxpayers or us.
You want to table these two ordinances until next meeting?
Be a good idea to get them in here.
Subpoena those respective department heads?
I mean, it's just like water meters. Every year we have to borrow money for water meters. How many more water meters are left in town to do?
I believe the way it was briefed before is we had a plan for replacing all the old analog, and we had a certain percentage we did every year.
Right.
Until we're caught up. I'm not sure where we are on that, but
Yeah.
I think
Well,
that's what you're
But I
saying.
mean, it'd be nice if somebody was here from the water department to answer us, you know? How many are they doing a year? You know, you're talking $1 million, more than $1 million.
Yeah, I think there was a report done, and again, I'm not exactly right, but I believe they're about the halfway point in replacing these. And they're, I think, trying to do like 1,000, 1,200 a year, I believe.
You know, I mean, it's just like the MUA. I don't know what they paid for that, but I'll tell you what, they didn't get a bargain on it, I'll tell you that. We're spending millions of dollars a year just patching this thing back together. We don't even know what they're doing.
Council President, I have a couple questions, if I may, if Councilman Dewey's finished.
I'm done.
Okay. The West Side Water System improvements for $333,000. I'm pretty sure every single road, first, second, Hughes, that all the light pipes have been laid. So what more infrastructure do we need for the west side water system?
I'm going to recommend that we table ordinance number 16-2025 and ordinance number 17-2025 till our meeting in August. We have a motion on that?
Is there,
You're talking about
speaking of
15,
Candace, is there an
16, and
impact on this? Wait until the next meeting? Have we
Is there
gotten
a
it com-
timing issue? No.
No? Thank you.
You're talking about
They just-
15, 16, and 17?
No,
Well, we already
16
approved
and
15.
17.
I would rescind 15 and get in here to talk about it. Well, you can rescind it.
So I'll make a motion to table ordinance number 16, 2025, and ordinance 17, 2025 until, what's our date?
All right.
What's our date in August?
August 6th, I believe.
Until our August 6th stated meeting, so we get some representatives in here to discuss these questions, because I got a lot of them.
I'll second it.
Josh, did they ever resurface your roads out there yet?
No, they tore up the other half of it, left it exposed like they did in front of my house for a year and a half, which is in my opinion, I'm not a DPW guy, but a huge violation, because everything's supposed to be covered from what I understand. And you got dirt and dust all over Second Avenue that's now flowing down into Lake Pemberton. And, you know, that's all I'm going to say.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes, reluctantly.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
We have one ordinance for introduction. That's ordinance number 18-2025, an ordinance establishing 2025 salaries and wages for certain employees of the Township of Pemberton effective January 1st, 2025. We have a motion?
There's a correction on
That's
this.
the correction.
Oh, that's right. There is going to be one correction there'll be one employee on that list that will not be included at this time in that ordinance. We have a motion?
I'll make a motion to introduce ordinance number 18, 2025 with the amendment on our August 6th meeting for public introduction. Hearing and introduction. Did I get that right? Hearing and introduction.
I'll second.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes,
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Absolutely. All right, we already approved those purchases. Next, annual renewals. We have one. Annual renewals, motel license for the Budget Lodge.
Council, if you're going to go forward with this, and we recommend that you do, after consultations with the Community Development Director, it should be conditioned upon the motel owner not having any occupants on the third floor until they obtain the elevator certificate. It must comply with the prior conditions set forth in the Township Code and in the site plan approval. And there will be monthly inspections by the township, and this will be a temporary permit, which expires anyway by December 31st. So if you go forward with it, that should be your conditions.
make a motion that we approve this annual renewal, adding in the conditions that was stated by the solicitor.
To December 31st.
Yes, till December 31st.
And I'll second.
Mr. Harper?
Yes,
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. Number 14, approval by council required for payment of vouchers on bill list dated 7/10/2025. Questions?
Yeah,
have-
I got a
you
few.
got it.
Go ahead, Danny, go ahead.
Did we ever consider like shared services with Pemberton Borough, being that we have a judge that lets everybody off the hook and,
Please, Mr. Dewey, please don't get into that. Come on. We don't know what the circumstances are for the municipal court
okay.
judge.
Well, what about 32 Press Avenue?
Sir, I don't know of any specifics, and I would
Okay.
recommend that we
All right,
not
then
talk about
scratch my
specifics.
comments.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just have a couple questions. On page 3, I saw we advertise in League of Municipalities for help wanted for a business administrator and a QPA. I mean, my main question to Jack is, did we get anybody for apply for those, or, yeah,
We've had people apply.
okay. And I was just wondering, I might be mistaken, but I know we had a shared service with a QPA, and that's ended now?
Yes, that was with Stafford Township, and they ended it.
They ended it, okay. And we don't have anybody qualified in the building to be QPA?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Just wondering. And you said you've had some applications on the BA, so we are making forward progress with that now?
We've had applications.
Okay. All right, that's the questions I have on that. I think I got some other ones here, just give me a couple seconds.
Candace, aren't you a QPA?
She's a CPA, not a
You're not a
QPA.
Q-
I'm not a CPA either. I'm a CFO. I'm not a QPA.
You're not? I
No.
thought somebody was qualified.
Yes, we have an employee that did take the exam, but they are waiting on their results. So at
Okay.
this point, they are not.
I remember hearing something about that. That's the only reason why I'm asking.
Yeah, I know we had a meeting earlier today, and I asked Tom and ARH representatives both, because we have $73,000 worth of bills to them. And all they say is the New Lisbon Water Project. And we have 4 phases of the New Lisbon Water Project, and I told them they need to do a better job of marking these so we know what they're for. You know, that's the only real question I have on that. That's all I have related to the bill list. Yeah, it's.
We have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the bill list.
Second the motion.
Mr. Doyle?
Yes.
Mr. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey? Yes. Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Bianchini?
Yes. Okay. Solicitors report.
Thank you. Just a couple of things, good news for you. We have, as you know, a few years ago, the township entered into a redevelopers agreement with K.F. Navian, who was developing the Greenberg Farm. And we thought that that agreement was not in the best interest of the township when it was approved. And we've been negotiating with K.F. Navian to revise the agreement. The original agreement that was signed, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, stated that the township would provide water to the Hovnavian development and the surrounding town properties. And they would do so with an $8 million proposed grant/loan with USDA, I think it was. Well, that never materialized. The town never went forward with that. But we're on the hook to provide the water for that 400-unit development, as well as the surrounding property owners. which would be a tremendous millions of dollars. We've been able to resolve things with Hovnavian. We've finished it up pretty much today, and we're going to present it formally at our next meeting for approval. Generally speaking, unlike the first agreement, Hovnavian is going to pay their fair share of the off-site improvements. In other words, there's going to have to be piping, there's going to have to be a standpipe, and a few other very expensive off-site improvements, which we were initially bearing the cost for. They're now going to have to pay about $500,000 to assist us to build those things. In addition, they are going to be paying their water connection fees and this $500,000 up very close in time so that we'll have it early on to authorize the design and permitting and construction of the standpipe. It's a big win for the town. We got ourselves out of a pickle that was created a few years ago, and it's going to be very beneficial to the town. I mean, we've convinced the developer to pay us $500,000 for these improvements. I'd like to thank a few people, really. I think I mentioned this 2 meetings ago when we talked about this project. Councilman Harper and Councilman Dewey have been there all the time, and so has our CD director and the mayor. We've done a lot of negotiating with these people, and Dan Dewey is a tough negotiator, and those people deserve a lot of credit to right this ship, so to speak. It's going to provide water in that area. The developer's going to pay his fair share, and we have avoided what could have been a real disaster financially from what we agreed to do about 3 years ago. In conjunction with that, some of the water which will service this area in the township is coming through the borough. The borough, because they only have 1,500 people or so, have more water capacity than they need, so they're going to sell us more water, which is good for us because we get it at a premium, and it avoids us having to build more wells because we're going to buy it from them. They have more than they need, and we're going to enter into an agreement with them. So those two agreements are in conjunction with each other, and the township really came out on top on these. And I want to thank everyone who I mentioned for their participation because they were very, very, very helpful. So I'll have the formal agreements and we'll have the resolutions for those at our meeting on August 6th. Thank you. That's all I got. Thank you.
Mayor?
I don't really have anything tonight, but I did want to mention, I did get up and leave after the last meeting, before the meeting was over. I'm the public figure here. I've been in the meetings, taking the comments as they come. I am the public figure. My wife, my daughter, my family is not the public figure. As far as I'm concerned, they're off bounds or out of bounds. So when I heard them mentioned in a conversation, I felt it would be better for me to leave versus say something that I was going to regret later on. So as far as I'm concerned, my family is out of bounds in these meetings. And if you bring them in, I'll be gone.
Are you done? Danny?
Just want to thank everybody for coming out. Thank everybody for coming out. You got your budget approved. Moved to football a little bit. Everybody have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you, what, the 5th? The 6th. We'll be here on the 6th. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, I'm glad you hung around too, Mayor, today. I had a couple of questions I was going to ask earlier during the budget part, but I forgot. I know we talked earlier during the budget phases about adding employees to the community development for code and stuff like that. Have you been given any more thought to that since it's not going to cost the taxpayers any money?
I'm not ready to discuss employee issues in front of in this.
Well, they're
forum.
not employees, we haven't hired anybody. We need to, that's what I'm saying.
I'll discuss it in another forum, not here.
All right, what time's good for you? Okay, I'll call her, no problem. You know, again, I'm gonna bring this up, you know, there's money in a trust fund that, you know, it will not affect the budget. It'll help us better monitor the town, clean it up. You know, it's not necessarily to make money for the town, but by virtue of cleaning up the town and going checking on things, it does bring money into the town. You know, it's a cycle, you know, it makes the town look better, you know, the people like it better, they feel better about the town. You know, it's stuff we need to do, you know. Lady was here earlier tonight and was talking about, you know, needing to get more community involvement. She's very true about that. You know, unfortunately, you know, one of our biggest community involvement thing was the water carnival, which was canceled. National Night Out is coming up, you know, is something I know won't be canceled. And that's, again, community involvement. Our, you know, people put things on our bulletin board, our calendars and stuff, so there are ways for people to see and get more involved in the community, and I hope more people do. You know, we got a lot of good things in this town, and we should remember those, keep doing those. Another thing we didn't bring up earlier tonight, I know in your canceling of the water carnival, you stated that you were going to use those resources to go to other events, and I think that falls under the purview of council, whether those monies get put to those other events. You know, not that we're taking away from it, there's already been a budget for National Night Out, for Halloween, you know, and so on. So before you start spending any of the town's money, you know, in other places, I think you need to come to council with that. That's just one councilman saying so, you know. And everybody, thank you for coming out. We're going to keep fighting and trying for you. Thanks again. See you August 6th.
Mr. DeLeo?
The biggest thing I want to say is to all the residents who went to the, not the water carnival, I applaud each and every one of you for your attendance alone. And speaking with my friends who are still in the department, I was told that nobody had to respond to any calls, no burden on the police department. That's something to be very, very proud of as far as our residents go, showing up and gathering for an event that was literally just for the residents. So I do appreciate the patronage, and I do apologize that I could not make it myself from a prior engagement. Another thing I want to touch on is the one thing we always seem to harp on and really way difficult with is the settlements of these lawsuits. And you see those numbers, and it's astonishing, and you think, wow. Well, keep in mind that the very existence of the lawsuits is quite costly, and they're the expenses that nobody's thinking of. You see the settlements, and you see one big number, and that's it. That's how it goes away. But you don't see the hours and hours and hours that you're billed for each and every one by different attorneys to fight them, to pass along the paperwork, to go to depositions, to subpoena people. That's where your big numbers are that you just don't see. But again, I just want to thank everybody for the continued support and the massive outpouring tonight. The place was almost packed, and I like to think that that's support for something getting done, and I thank you all very much for it. Good night.
Mr. Ward.
Just wanted to thank everybody again for coming out this evening. I usually wait till after public comments and make comments from the dais for what people have said. This evening, I do take it in with a lot of weight on the shoulders. So what I will say is this, because I feel like I have to address it at some point in time. And I know I'm chasing a ghost here, but you know, I was really offended because I enjoyed working with Councilman Gardner when he was here, and the things that he had said may hold weight in his mind as true. But you know, I'll just say one thing to him, and hopefully he comes back in and responds to me or gives me a call because he has my phone number. But if he really wanted to make a change, then why didn't he stay? Nobody pushed him away. And the things that me and Danny have done up here over the past 2 years were met with, at sometimes, great opposition, including the AAC when it was formed, including the, like Marty had said, or the lady that came up had said, we need to have more community involvement. The Health and Human Services Committee that was just formed was met with great opposition. I don't know why. The Business and Economic Development Committee that everybody pushed forward and helped me get finally done this year was met with great opposition. I don't know why. We try to get the information out to the community. I can only state, in history that, if you look back at JFK's speech, he was right. Ask what you can do for your country, not what your country can do for you. It's a two-way street, I guess, with communication is what I'm trying to say without being vulgar or negative. But Justine does a fantastic job with the Girl Scouts and what she does for the community. I think there's a lot of people in this community that reach out, and it's reciprocated on many, many different levels. Tom back there does a great job with the Environmental Committee, and so does Christine Black. Marty does a great job with the BMIA. Wouldn't want anybody else running that position. Vicki has huge heart in this community, and I commend her for that. I could go on and on and on all day about the members of this community and how proud I am to be a member of this community. But to come up here and make it a political stunt or statement, if that's what it was supposed to be, it doesn't do anything to change any situations. So we did our best. We make mistakes. It is what it is. We learn from them, like somebody said tonight. It might have been Marie. Sorry, but there were so many people that came up here and spoke this evening about mistakes and what happens. Okay. So let's all grow up and move forward. So that's it. So that's all you can do. You can't relive the past. So with those fine words, I will wish everybody a great rest of your July into August. I'll be going on vacation up to Maine at the end of this month, so I'm pretty excited to share that with everybody. And hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you back here on August 6th. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. Josh had referenced the Economic and Business Development Council. Well, that committee is up and running. Marie Reynolds is on the committee. Rick Brown, Deb Skipper, Marty is on the committee as well. And once again, that was, that's all because of Josh pushing that through. And some good things are happening. Some great things are happening with that committee. It's got some good plans. And once we get further into it, we'll be showing you what they're doing. You'll be seeing events popping up, but a lot of good's going on. One thing that I've noticed, excuse me, is that there's been a lot of talk. It was so much easier when we were younger. There was no social media, no Facebook, none of that crap. But unfortunately, that's part of our lives now. And there's been a lot of negativity on social media, primarily about the old Acme Plaza and the council. So I prepared a statement. It won't take long, but somebody that's smarter than I made the recommendation that I should probably do this, just to clear the air. I think we cleared up some of it by some of the questions some of our residents had tonight, but I just want to read this real quick. In light of recent social media posts concerning the development agreement with New Horizons, I feel it's important, out of respect for transparency, to directly address the matter. A letter from our township solicitor, Mr. Jerry Dasty, to the attorneys representing New Horizons was recently shared on Facebook. While I find it curious that a resident had access to that letter, I have a good idea who may have shared that letter with them. That said, the letter discussed matters related to the Fifth Amendment of the redevelopment agreement. As with the original agreement and the previous 4 amendments, each version includes back and forth discussions, clarifications, and negotiations. That's a normal part of the process. The recent letter referenced the remaining tenant and the closing date, but at no point did it suggest that the council was walking away from the deal or opposed to it. Quite the opposite, in fact. We have a meeting with the developer and are attempting to assist the remaining tenant in acquiring an alternative site for his business. The suggestion that this council is somehow trying to sabotage the project is not only inaccurate, it's laughable. No one wants to see this redevelopment happen more than we do. The Acme Plaza has been a blight on our community for years, and we are eager to see it revitalized with new businesses as soon as possible. However, our priority remains ensuring that the taxpayers are not left footing the bill for any part of this development. That has been a key point in our ongoing discussions regarding the Fifth Amendment. This requires that we separate the original contract from informal assurances made by the mayor and the previous administrator, which may incur unreasonable costs to taxpayers. As for Tractor Supply, we're still gathering information on the developer's negotiation with them. As soon as we have a clear update, we will share it with you. We remain fully committed to transparency, honest communication, and delivering a redevelopment plan that benefits our community without burdening our residents. I wanted to get that out there on record, just to make it clear that we are not trying to hold up development, especially for that old Acme Plaza. It is an eyesore for everybody. We want it done, we want it done as soon as possible. We just want to get it, like with everything else we said with development projects, we want them done the right way. We want to make sure that it's beneficial to you, not the developer. With that being said, as for participating in these meetings, planning board meetings, zoning board meetings, we try every which way to reach out to the residents. And I know some people are challenged technologically, and they might not really get on the computer or get on Facebook, but these meetings are posted in the paper. They're in the Pine Barren Tribune. They are on Facebook, they're on the township website. There are ways to find out what's going on in the township. I know we've been planning on getting together quarterly town halls in the different sections of Pemberton Township, and I do apologize because we have not made it very far in planning those. With everything else going on, we just haven't gotten to it yet, but I promise you we are. That is all I have. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all who dial into YouTube. Really appreciate the support. I'm open 24/7. If there's a resident has a question, email me. I respond very quickly. And some of you have my phone number. Call me, text me. I will tell you the good, the bad, the ugly. But that's all I got. Have a good night, and thank you. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
You know, I'm one sleep away from Florida, so I got to get the hell out of here. Then we're going, I won't be here in August. I'll be in Florida for that too.